predicted right now. So far, it's been a major disappointment. They were expecting less on the front end of this storm than the back end, so far it's only under-delivered by maybe a foot of snow in most areas in the Sierra, and the winds are what's most underperformed so far. There has been strong gusts, but steady strong winds have not shown up at all, which was part of the forecast, that they were going to have periods of 3 to 6 hours of steady, stronger winds, and that was going to be one of the characteristics of this event. That has not come to fruition. The forecast is held pretty steady for the last 24 hours since the snow and rain started to fall, but majority of the forecast remaining similar to what it had been, both for the GFS and for the European model, has been mostly dependent on an extremely strong jet streak that was over the Gulf of Alaska last night, and is now off of the Pacific coast, about 300 miles from San Francisco, to give you a reference. And that jet streak is still showing on satellite pictures and still showing in the models, but it does not appear to create the gravity wave that was expected to create the very heavy 18 to 24 hours of very heavy snow tonight, Friday night, and tomorrow morning. So the forecast is very much unknown at this point. It's hard to say if they will get anywhere close to the expectations with this storm. So, to report on what has transpired thus far, they have reported 100 mile an hour plus wind gusts, and they have reported a foot of snow at the snow lab, but it's been less than that down here in South Lake Tahoe. In the city here, it's we've gotten about 9 to 12 inches. If you count the 4 inches that was mixed with rain that did not accumulate at all, that would add to the totals a little bit. But it's just hard to know if we're going to get significant snow out of this storm or not. It is yet to be determined. The locals around here are just extremely skeptical that they will get significant snow. It seems like the consensus for the area is about 90% of the storms under-deliver from a public perception standpoint. In other words, the meteorologists are wrong most of the time, around 80 to 90% of the time, and that does equate with what you get in a lot of technical surveys over the years. So it's not extremely unusual that is the case. As you can see, Heavenly Ski Resort is in front of me. The information that I have is that they did decide to cancel earlier today, and the even in the overnight period, in anticipation of what was coming. They did not do it in anticipation of future snow. They did it in anticipation of what they currently had on the ground. So that was interesting that they canceled so early. But that's what happens up here sometimes when they're expecting a lot and not exactly sure what they're going to get. But we have to wait and see. Most of the forecasters, both the best of the experts and just the locals, are still holding on to the forecast. They're still forecasting. For example, in South Lake Tahoe, they are expecting 60 inches over the next 24 hours here. So we're at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and so actually, I guess technically they're predicting 60 inches over the next 16 hours. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm sorry, 26 hours. 26 hours. And that has happened here, not very often. And that'll make the total snow accumulations for a 3-day total of in the mid 70s. So that would put this in one of the top 10 Arctic snowstorms to ever hit the area in the last 100 years. But we are a long way from that at this point. If that is going to happen, what they're talking about is an average of 3 to 4 inches per hour for that entire period. Maybe slightly higher rates for a period, and then slightly lower rates around the edges. But we'll have to wait and see if this comes to fruition.